So about 8 years ago, four of us at UT, four of us on the faculty, tenured of course, decided that we would try to create an alternative that was based on the great books and that would focus on Western civilization, American heritage, and that would provide students the opportunity to get something like a certificate, maybe eventually even a degree, an alternate sort of major in the great books at UT. So I was forced out. I was a little surprised by that, to be honest, because I thought, well, surely anyone would have to recognize there's some positive features of American history.
The graduate chairman, the year that I graduated, told me, and told me in the friendliest, most sympathetic terms, that when I applied for jobs, I had better make sure that there was no trace of religion on my resume.
Just this last semester, one of the anthropology professors at UT taught a course on Karl Marx's Das Kapital, Volume 1, just Volume 1, for the whole semester. And that was going to count now as a great books course. A whole course devoted just to Das Kapital, that's for true believers.
There's the notion that, our Western way of life, with its consumerism and its waste and its competition and its individuality, is what's ultimately destroying the environment.
We are producing a generation that has not been exposed to views that are not part of the politically correct consensus.
College shifts everyone's attitudes to the left. When you go through 4 years and you never hear any professor defend any sort of conservative idea, suddenly those more conservative ideas are now crazy, right? Because they've never heard a professor at UT or anywhere else defend the idea of limited federal government.
American history used to be required at our universities. It no longer is.
The really most important mission is transmitting the knowledge of the past.
Students who are educated will rebel against being indoctrinated.
If people are going to retain their freedom, they have to be able to look out for themselves and handle their own lives and be responsible adults. That's not the kind of lesson that students are getting.
If my colleagues think that in K through 12 students are getting a celebratory history of America and have been so busy reading the Federalist Papers that they know nothing about any histories of oppression, slavery, discrimination in America, they are 180 degrees off.
I was delighted to hear about the American Heritage Education Foundation. This is an organization that's really dedicated to ensuring that students at all levels are engaging the best that's been thought and said. We certainly stand at a critical moment now. It's a moment at which significant voices have called deeply into question principles, both political and moral, that have been foundational to our civilization.